Hello, friends, and welcome to Adventures in Pixieland. My name is Amy. We are in Bible study. I am indeed an ordained minister, and we are in the book of Genesis in the NIV, and we will be through 2025. The intention is it takes me 2 years with the pace I can keep to read an entire version of the Bible, and in 2026 we will start fresh with the KJV. So right now, though, on the Facebook page, all of 2024 proverb posts were from the KJV. All of 2025 posts will be from the NIV, and you can see comparison language already there, where some of those messages are different, because I give a Cliff Notes version of that, which is just the KJV is basically in Shakespearean language. So there's that. And some people have a hard time with that, and I understand. But I will later be doing comparison videos later on this year between the languages. I have to compare enough of them myself. I have the groundwork laid, but I have to find the ones where I really feel like it makes enough of a message to talk about what the changing of the words does to the message. Right, because sometimes it's going to be, no, it means the same thing. This particular video, we are in Genesis chapter 17. We're doing verses 1 through 27. So let's jump in. This one is called the Covenant of the Circumcision. When Abram was 99 years old. So now we have 30 years passing from the end of chapter 16 to chapter 17. Actually 33 years specifically. When Abram was 99 years old, the Lord appeared to him and he said, I am God Almighty, El Shaddai in Hebrew. Walk before me and be blameless. I will confirm my covenant between me and you and will greatly increase your numbers. Abram fell face down, and God said to him, as for me, this is my covenant with you. You will be the father of many nations. No longer will you be called Abram. Abram means exalted father. Your name will be Abraham, which means father to many. For I have made you the father of many nations. I will make you very fruitful. I will make nations of you, and kings will come from you. I will establish my covenant as an everlasting covenant between me and you and your descendants after you for the generations to come, to be your God and the God of your descendants after you. The whole land of Canaan, where you are now an alien, I will give you an everlasting possession. I will give as an everlasting possession to you and your descendants after you, and I will be their God. They can have this land as long as I'm their God. That's the covenant. Okay? Basically, I will be your God, and you will teach your children to worship me. And I will be their God, and they can keep the land. Then God, this is verse 9, then God said to Abraham, as for you, you must keep my covenant, you and your descendants after you for the generations to come. This is my covenant with you and your descendants after you. The covenant you are to keep. Every male among you shall be circumcised. If you undergo circumcision, it will be the sign of the covenant between you and me. For the generations to come after, every male who among you who is 8 days old must be circumcised, including those born in your household or bought with money from a foreigner, those who are not your offspring. So everybody, including your servants, everyone, whether born of your household or not, or bought with money, they must be circumcised. Your covenant, my covenant is in your flesh, is to be an everlasting covenant. Any uncircumcised male who has not been circumcised in the flesh will be cut off from his people. He has broken my covenant. So that's very specific. It's a flesh sacrifice. It's interesting. We'll see. I'm going to keep going. Verse 15. God also said to Abraham, as for Sarai, it's a Sari, because it's not an H yet, your wife will no longer be called Sarai. She will be named Sarah, with an H at the end. I will bless her, and will surely give you a son by her. I will bless her so that she will be the mother of nations. Kings of people will come from her. Abraham fell face down. He laughed and he said to him, will a son be born of a man 100 years old? Will Sarah bear a child at the age of 90? And Abraham said to God, if only Ishmael might live under your blessing. Then God said, yes, but your wife Sarah will bear you a son, and I will call him Isaac, and you will call him Isaac. So, because he wanted him to be called Isaac. Isaac means he laughs. So you're going to call your son Isaac because you laughed at me. I will establish my covenant with him as an everlasting covenant for descendants after him. As for Ishmael, I've heard you. I will surely bless him. I will make him fruitful and will greatly increase his numbers. He will be the father of 12 rulers, and I will make him into a great nation. But my covenant I will establish with Isaac, whom Sarah will bear you by this time next year. When he had finished speaking with Abraham, God went up from him. That very day, Abraham took his son Ishmael and all those born in his household or bought with his money, and every male in his household, and circumcised them, as God had told him. Abraham was 99 years old when he was circumcised. So that's like God saying, I don't want to hear anything about it from the rest of you. He was 99 years old. So when he asks. And what he asks. And his son Ishmael was 13. Abraham, because it's his name now, Abraham and his son Ishmael were both circumcised on the same day. So they went through it together. And every male in Abraham's household, including those born in his household or bought from a foreigner, were circumcised with him. So he didn't equivocate. He was like, all right, if you say so. They're probably like, what is the matter with this man? Why does he want to do this to us? So you don't know the ways that God is moving through somebody's life. So let's just let's be grateful if God has asked anything of us that does not require us to cut off pieces of our flesh. So, that's always best. I'm going to count that as a blessing for the day.